Alright, let's get started.
Mercy, we're gonna go Mercy Zen and Mr. Hog. Full
Am
Pog,
I
you know.
on DFE here? Oh no, I'm on Hog.
You're on Hog.
What is
It's
that?
not Hog.
Alright, so already the wrong call.
I'm
Not
sorry.
Hog!
But I'm gonna play this until they get set up, see where they set up, and because like, I mean, you can play pulled pork on this if you play it right. But if I remember correctly, they don't play it correctly.
I know your
I
instincts to play main tank are still down there, Blackwing.
We
but-
know you like Winston here, but
I
come
missed-
on.
I
yes,
missed the icon.
he likes Winston here because it's the correct pick. That's why he likes Winston here.
Sorry.
So,
Alright.
am I allowed to talk in match chat?
Yes.
What the DPS do?
As long as we're not actually doing stuff that
Protect
matters
the enemy
to, like,
team, that's what
swapping
they
stuff,
do.
you can talk it all you want in match chat.
So Junified, you just want to get some good, quick, easy picks. If they go up top, so you just make sure they're not facing you.
Oh wow.
Just
Unified, how the fuck are you level 3% or on the whatever it's called? I don't even know what it's called. Endorsements.
Because I'm a god, dude.
he's played way too much quick play.
Cluttered
Clearly.
comms, but
I don't
unimportant.
play, dude.
All right. That should work. Hopefully it's.
We want to stay up here, or where are we staying? We staying back there?
No, we should have tanks and Junkrat over on that side, and then
Okay.
Widow Mercy over on this side, and I'll come stay with you guys.
Okay.
Okay, that's wrong. Wait, what was the call that Mindbill's made?
Here, where are we staying? We staying back there?
No, we should have tanks and Junkrat over on that side.
Okay, so if I am right, what Mindbills wants to do here is, so here we have point A. Hopefully it loads into a better quality, please. Alright, there we go. That's a bit better quality. Okay, so what Mindbills wants is he wants, wait, actually let me make this a bit further back. Okay. So, what I'm pretty sure Mindbells wants is, so they've got Orisa, Hog, Junk, Widow, Zen, and Mercy. So what I think he wants is, I think he wants Orisa, I'll just put an O for Orisa there, like Orisa here with their barrier like that, or maybe like that, and then a Hog behind her, and then Junk with them too, right? That's what, and then, Zenyatta, Widow, and then Zenyatta can just like go back and hide into this room, and then Mercy can be like on this corner, right? Because then Mercy can like fly over here, heal up this team, and then fly back there. But the problem with this is that most teams, which I'm pretty sure this team did, is they run dive. So what they can do is they can just dive the two people over here, and then there's nothing that any of these people can do to stop it. And I think that might be actually what happens. But yeah, that's the problem with running that comp. What you want to do with that comp is you want to here, let me change to a blue color. There we go. Just for wait, you're on defense. All right. Let me just do red. Okay, perfect. So what you want to be doing with this comp is you want to be bunkering, I'd say either like right here, like have the Orisa shield here and have your team behind it, or right here, like have the Orisa shield there, have the bunkering behind it, or on the corner of point, have the team bunkering, or maybe this would be very, very risky, but you could have the team set up here, but this would be bad if the attacker is pushed up here, because then they could force you back to point, and if your supports were holding, I'll do pink for defense, if your supports were holding like a little bit further back, like there or there, then blue team could easily just jump them and kill them. So yeah, if you are going to run the Orisa Hog comp, you want it either there, there, there. Those are probably the best three. But realistically, what you want is you want to have a dive defense. So you want a Winston here with the Diva behind him. And then the Tracer can be off flanking, doing whatever she wants. And then the Genji probably up with the team. And then you can have what you can also do is you can run the Widow Genji defense or Widow Tracer, whichever one you prefer. And then you can have the Zen and then Widow here, and then you can have the Mercy. She can fly back and forth. And the thing about running dive on defense here is that if the attackers come in here, see that there's free like Zen and Widow here, jump them, then what these three can do over here is they can jump back and counter dive and help save their teammates. So yeah, that's what I'd say you should probably be doing there, in my personal opinion. But yeah, wait, let me just get back to the VOD.
And then
Okay.
Widow, Mercy.
So yeah, I can use this. So yeah, so what you'd be doing is you'd have the tanks set up here, right? Like the Winston, Diva, maybe a Genji or Tracer. And then what you have is, which is Widows and Mercy here. I think he's just walking over there for no apparent reason. I think he's going to be holding around here. Because a lot of the time Zens will hold this corner or even like this whole area, like go back and forth. Or if they're really ballsy, they'll hold in here. But yeah, let's see how this plays out. Oh, there we go.
We're on this side, and I'll come stay with you guys.
Works for me.
Sorry.
I'm rolling in, boys.
If you see everyone over here getting on critical, just come over here. Like at least one person.
Yeah.
Come over here.
See that there,
Yep.
that was a good call. He said, Cam, who is Cerberus, he said, Cam, if you see anyone over here on critical, in his British accent, if you see anyone over here on critical, you can just fly over here and heal them up. So yeah.
Apologize, I was getting my recording set up.
Why are you recording?
Why not?
And Blackwing is currently out of position because he was setting up his recording, which is
Coming up to high
understandable.
grounds.
Okay.
He'll probably get there on time. Okay, so
Back right by the
yeah, Mindbales does not want to be holding here because he is I mean, maybe with the Orisa, Hog, and Junkrat, he's a bit safe. Like he's pretty safe here. But yeah, no, if you're running the Orisa, Hog, Junkrat, like even if you're with a Widow, you want to be grouped up, or you want your Widow to have like a quick jump to get grouped up with your team. Like maybe like have your Widow be able to like have your Widow hold up here and your team down here, and your Widow's able to like drop down. Something like that. Yeah. You want your Widow to have a quick escape to the rest of your team. And you want to be holding grouped up and
2,
not
3
there.
going main, 4 going main.
They're all
Okay,
made.
we're
They're diving.
good.
Dive.
dive comp going mid, boys.
They have the
Diva
shield at the
scored.
moment.
Mercy Discord.
Oh, I missed the diva. I suck.
Diva Discord.
So here what the Tracer was doing, that was actually really good. Okay. Let me show quick what the Tracer was doing. So basically what the Tracer was doing was they had their Tracer, there you go, blue. They had their Tracer run, they didn't do this quite right, but they had the Tracer run under here, right? This is all underground, like underneath this platform, right? She ran up here, and I don't really, wait, let's see if I can move it up. Yeah, okay, so, let me try this again. So yeah, she was running under here, underneath this platform here, area here, and then she ran through this door, up through this corridor. What the team realistically wanted to do was, instead of like jump up and hold where they were, which I'm just going to zoom out here. Okay. Yeah, so the team was holding like, the team jumped up here. Whoa, okay, I did not mean to do that. The team jumped up here, and we're all holding like this sort of corner here, which wasn't great because the people here on defense could easily just spam down. And dive, you want to take as little spam as possible. What they should have been doing was hold there, that was a mistake on their part. And yeah, so the Tracer came up here around and came here. So what they wanted to do was they wanted to hold here and then have the Tracer scout. So that was actually really smart what the Tracer did, but their team didn't organize around their Tracer scouting, so it was she kind of just was late to the jump. But yeah, again, what they did was they jumped here and then dived your two, like your Mercy and Widow, and I'm pretty sure they ended up getting killed. But yeah, so basically you wanted to be running dive, but even if you are running the Orisa, like the pulled pork combo, you want to be running it differently than you did. Anyway. Oops. Okay. Whoops, I did not mean
Diving?
10 seconds. So yeah, so what they do, I think, they wait up there, and
Mercy
then
just scored.
they realize that there's like
Oh, I missed
two
the D-Voice.
easily diveable
Diva
people
just
in
scored.
one room,
Here,
and
here,
they all
here.
dive. Those two
Dropping,
people.
dropping.
Those two people both die.
Mercy.
Mercy just scored. She's won. She's dead.
She's dead. She's
And what you guys did was actually kind of good. You kind of just... So what they could have done, and Piku actually set up pretty well there, was... Oh, wait, you can't see my mouse. Okay, so what they did do, Piku actually set up really quite well there. What the Widow and Mercy could have done is, instead of backing into this corridor, they could have jumped and dropped down here. But they got dived and were just trying to get out of the dive as soon as possible, and just thought to back into the corridor, which was, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's not like a huge error.
dead. She's
But,
dead.
yeah, Piku's shielding and like the team setting up there was good for the Widow and Mercy to be able to drop down, but the Widow and Mercy didn't end up dropping down. And this is pretty much a devolved fight, so there's not really much I can probably coach about this fight. Your focus fire onto the Mercy was pretty good. But yeah.
I need HP. Okay.
You found Mac.
Yeah, so basically you lose this fight at this point, but you keep fighting it to try and like, you don't want to use too many like high priority abilities, but you want to keep holding it as long as possible so they don't have like 7 minutes going into the second point.
We're good. We're good.
Oh, I'm dead.
No, we're not.
I'm dead. Okay.
I heard somebody say
Where's my
we're
brain here?
good. You weren't good. Like as soon as your Widow and Mercy got
Yeah.
died, that was pretty much a lost
Should I
fight.
swap soldier? Probably.
I'm going Diva here. If we're
Right.
making swaps. Because this character's good on this map.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, yeah. Still, you want to be running the dive. You don't want Pico on the Reinhardt. But honestly, for this corner here, for holding for holding this corner right here, the Reinhardt pick's actually not that bad, because the Reinhardt can shield here, and then what the Diva can do is the Diva can jump up and contest, like, if they've got anyone set up on high ground spamming down. And can also eat, like, if everybody dives one target, the Diva can eat, like, most of the damage, most of the burst damage from, like, the Genji right-clicking, the Tracer going in for the one clip, and then the Monkey jumping all at the same time. And can try to save the target getting jumped on. But yeah,
I like Diva.
This character's just
I
good.
like
Makes
Diva
me
here,
happy.
but
I like me some Diva.
Oh, there's a Tracer here.
the
Why-
soldier
why-
pit,
just go to Monkey
I'm not
Hop.
sure about. So once Piku called the Tracer, Blacking should have just been trying to annoy him, the Tracer off,
Did
and
you just
Piku
go
should
now?
not be spending time dealing with the Tracer. Piku should be working on setting up and not just swinging randomly trying to hit a Tracer, because hitting a Tracer with the Reinhardt is very, very difficult.
Tracer no
So yeah,
recall?
you want to be setting up, getting ready for the next fight, not just, and you want the Diva and probably the soldier to just either annoy back to the team or kill the Tracer.
Dogs, shut the fuck up.
Colored comms.
Watch the
but
monkeys
fair
going
enough.
around. They're going around to the side.
Yeah,
They're
he's
going around to the
discorded.
They're going around left. They're going around left. Stay safe. Stay safe.
side.
Stay safe.
They're back me. They're back me. Just
I'm
Winston
back.
trying to be wherever I'm not. It's
Yeah.
not working for him.
Tracer Bandus.
Oh no, I'm dead. I'm sorry.
This is sort of a staggered portion
They're dead,
of
they
the
died
fight,
me.
so
I'm
they
not
sort
still
of
bro
again
charging
they
up.
got
I'm
one
just
good
still bro
pick
charging.
and just destroyed you off of it.
Do we want to switch to counter dive?
I made it out, probably.
Yes.
Heat over heat.
Yes, you do.
You want me to go Winston?
Actually, for third point,
Sure.
Okay.
actually,
What?
yeah.
We'll
Are you
counter dive.
kidding?
You're already diva. We don't want to lose the ultra.
All right, baby diva, you don't want your diva out of mech here. You want your diva to either just jump. Yeah, no, you want your diva to just jump off the edge, even though it's a bit of a stagger. Like they have walls, your widow can probably get a pick, and you know exactly where all of them are. So even if you are one down, you can probably just like play a passive fight, and wait for your widow to get back, because they're gonna have to have one person on cart, so it's gonna be like a 5v5, and they appear to have 2 people on cart, and you know this because you have walls, so it's gonna be a 5v4. So it's actually a fight that you could probably take on. The tracer would jump in, but then it would still be an even fight, a 5v5, and your diva would get back, and their Zen would just stay on the cart and push it until it hits the checkpoint.
We discorded.
Oh, they got Mercy up top. I'm going on Mercy. Oh,
The
bad.
self-recording does not work for this. What the fuck? Get back into the game, please. Oh, shit.
Going on Winston.
Game, there we go. Alright.
So yeah, here they're already getting ready for their next dive. Also, Piku's alone in this room, which you don't want to be alone in this room against dive, especially. Your soldier is coming up to help you, but I'm pretty sure what the soldier's plan is to run up and just contest this high ground here if possible. But yeah, no, you don't want to be alone in this room as Monkey. Oh yeah, and you know that Blackwing's out of mech, so he can't even help you. So, yeah, just a slight error there.
Alright, guys.
And I think he might get picked for it.
Can you discord it? I don't have
So you
transfer.
think-
Yeah, so you aren't able to just like bug off that Genji from like just Dragon Blading your entire backline. Because right now it's a Widow, a Mercy, a Zenyatta, and a Baby Diva against a Blading Genji, who has a Mercy who is about to fly to him. Like, and the Mind Bales doesn't quite have the trance because you sort of got rolled for the first 2 points. So yeah, you don't want to be alone and leaving your backline completely exposed, because you don't even have the diva to help your backline. Like literally, you have your tanks right now with this comp. You have your tanks, and then your backline, pretty much effectively. And your diva's out of mech, so basically you are like the Monkey is the front line. So you need to be with your team here. You can't be off on your own flank. And if you are, you need to call it so that your team goes with you and isn't exposed to just being picked off.
He's one.
Get 2 1 HP, get 2 1 HP, we got there.
Get him. I'm on Mercy.
So you managed to get him. Junified managed to snipe him after he only got 1 kill. But their diva got Shiki and Cerberus. So yeah, I'd say just a slight positioning error from the Winston. You want to be with your team, especially when you know your diva's out of mech.
Okay, I'm bad.
Tracer's half?
I'm gonna die here, aren't I?
Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and again, you were fighting their entire team by yourself as Winston. So now it's just Soldier left alive, so he might want to be back in spawn, but I mean, where he is isn't terrible. If he, that's unlucky. If he was able to, like, he was holding here, he got jumped by Monkey and Diva, and he got knocked over. He got knocked over this way, and ended up like, I think he ended up here. If he managed to fall into here, he could have probably ran back into spawn and lived, but that's just unlucky, and he got picked. So what he might have wanted to do was actually back off into like around the spawn room, because right now you're taking on this fight 5v6, and all you can really do is stall and wait for your soldier to get back.
We're running Winston.
Yeah.
I hit bomb. Stay safe.
And they're sort of holding you to
Going to
spawn here.
point.
There's nothing really you can do here. Blacking manages to get
Monkey
onto
discorded.
point.
Monkey half. Monkey one.
Cerberus flies with him.
Dead.
Flies a bit too far, dies. This is basically you just have to try and stagger. There's nothing really I can coach about this.
Can land a single hit on Monkey.
Okay, I forced out trans.
Basically,
It's good.
Well, that's fine.
alright. Here was your problem on all of Noombani defense. You had slight positioning errors, which led to one or more picks, which led to them being able to just corral you and kill the rest of your team, because usually it would be very important heroes. Like the Mercy got picked, and then next fight the Zen and I'm not sure who else, but yeah, then Zen got picked the fight before this one, and then on second point, I'm not sure who it was, but somebody got picked off, and then they basically just killed you all. So yeah, your problem was somebody had a slight positioning error, they got picked, they died. Then the rest of your team just got wiped in the 5v6.
No! Discorded monkey's half.
Their Tracer's so
Is that
good.
dead?
Yeah, she's master level. Doesn't matter. We can still
You
kill her.
fuck.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Point.
Unfortunate.
Nah.
No,
It's fine. We did okay. I had frame rate issues that whole game. Try to fix it.
So,
That
like-
first that they did, they killed everyone that didn't have a tank, like everyone on the left side, and they had a Winston, so they did that really quick.
Hmm.
Steam, what you just?
Okay. Should I stay left side next time we try that?
Yes.
Bring up the Ana and stuff. Try to make sure that.
Do we want to go this? I'm assuming we're going this.
If you are going to run the pulled pork,
yeah,
yes,
we'll go dive.
you want
Okay,
your tanks to
that's fine.
stay with your Widow and
Go Zen
Mercy.
dive. She
You
keeps
don't
on,
want,
Juniper
Like,
Tracer.
low HP targets just off by themselves. That makes it a bit too loud. Let me lower this a bit. There we go. Yeah, you don't want like a Mercy and a Widow off by themselves ever.
And she can you Genji?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, here you're basically just
Yeah, lacking
running
mobility makes
basic
sense for an
dive.
issue.
Yeah,
Like,
what happened to your mic?
we lost that first fight by default because the tanks couldn't do shit against what they did. Like, obviously they were gonna go for the Widow Peak.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
How
who
many-
said
we
that,
had-
but
What?
yes, that
Hog
was
and Orisa, right?
pretty much your
Yeah,
problem
that's
on first point.
Yep.
How fast did Hog die?
He was the last
I
one alive. He was the
died
last one
last,
alive.
I think.
Yeah. All right. It's just no one had time to get to the other side at all. So.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
run
they-
dive
they
there,
think
you
it's
just
gonna
counter
be-
dive,
they're gonna be
and
good
you
with
run
the
your Zenyatta
Honestly,
also on the
I
other
just
side.
wanted to run
Let me
into
see if they
because-
set up. Yeah, so that's another option, is that you just have everybody over here. But they are running Doomfist Soldier, which is questionable with dive. I suppose their Mercy's sort of going to pocket the Soldier and just help him out. But
What I'm used
I
to
don't
running
know
on this map.
what
but-
their
Sorry,
It's totally fine.
plan is.
It's okay.
I don't
But, yeah.
know.
I'm
Them.
not coaching them.
This is
so
why
I
we
don't
do
know.
scrims, so we can learn. It's not a big deal. Totally fine.
Right,
Outcome doesn't matter on these.
right. So I'm gonna call the
Matters is
Discord
we learn
target. Can you
things.
try and dive onto the Discord target?
Absolutely, no problem. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
High ground for the win.
That's why I set us up on high ground instead of mid.
That's why this
Yeah,
map
I'm
is
gonna
good.
do the off thing.
They have a Doomfist. Watch out for him.
I think they just want a one-trick Tracer Doom dive. If they have a Soldier, top right.
No, if they've got a soldier, I
Let's
doubt
see
they're
how this
tracing.
goes, actually, first.
Yeah, for sure. They have a Diva
They
chip.
have a diva though.
Tracer
Soldier
Diva
yellow.
Mercy. Yeah, okay, right. Makes sense.
What's it on?
This comp, I think our best target is Soldier. Feels bad, but it's really the only thing we can jump on. Looking for him,
Winston's
3
discording.
1.
They're both up there.
I'm on their Zen, I'm on their Zen, I'm on their Zen.
Doom
Zen
both
1
dead.
HP.
So Junified fucked up pretty bad there. Right. So basically what happened is you're on offense, so I'll put you as blue, why not? So you were all set up here, right? And during this time, what Uni, I don't know. What Junified wanted to be doing was either going around here and setting up on this high ground so that they could just blink across and then start shooting in their effective range. Or what they could also do is they could go under and then, as I said, go up above around here and they'd be set up like in this corridor here. And then they can scout out, because like their entire team, right? You can see this when you, oh, not yellow, So yeah, when you were standing here, you could like push up here and like stand around here, and you can see pretty much their comp from here, and you can sort of see their comp from here, like not really, but you could sort of see it, and you could see it. Well, you could see enough to know that a lot of them are setting up in this position here, right? So what Unified wants to be doing is they wait one sec. Let me move quick. There we go. So yeah, what Unified wants to be doing is what they want to be just a pen. There we go. So yeah, what they want to be doing is they want to be going into here. Like this is the best outcome possible. They want to be in here, like set up around this corner, so standing like this sort of area, and like from here they have really good sight lines, right? They can see their entire setup, which is right here, and they can call a target to dive on, and then the rest of the team who's set up like either around this corner or you jumped up here, right, and they're set up here, or maybe even set up here, then the rest of the team can basically just jump onto that target and kill them, and then kill the rest of their team, right? But what ended up happening, I'm pretty sure, is Unified didn't go on any flank, and basically you guys were all set up here, and Unified was also with you, and then you guys started pushing up here. Unified followed. Then when you guys, because like, except for Mindbales and Unified, also same with Mindbales. Mindbales was sort of set up on low ground. He wants to be on high ground unless there's somebody there, which Unified could also scout, because like if Unified goes this way, sets up here, can look this way real quick and see like anyone who's set up on high ground, and can see, because like I know their Doomfist was here and then the rest of them were over here, so there's nobody on high ground, and if Unified was scouting he could tell you that. And then Unified goes in there, Mindbales quick backs up, sets up on high ground, and then basically the Unified calls the target from the his position in here. The team jumps in, Unified blinks in, and Mindbales is just sort of standing here and can discord that target, and then boom, they basically just get destroyed, which is kind of, but yeah, so Unified was set up here, so he was basically just tickling the enemy team from where he was when the rest of the team jumped up. And also Mindbales was here, I think. He managed to kill the Doomfist, which was really good, but then what their Winston did was he was here and he dropped down. And now Mindbales has to try and 1v1 the Doomfist because Unified is like spraying up into their team. So yeah. Basically your problem was you did a blind dive and Unified wasn't set up in a position to dive with, and Mindbales wasn't set up in a safe position. So yeah.
1 HP, I'm gonna die.
Monkey on me, monkey on me, monkey on me. He's discorded, he's one.
Trying as hard as I can to keep you alive, dude.
I have to back up.
One if you can get him.
I'm on Zen.
I got your back on my mails.
Okay, I'm gonna die.
On their Zen, I'm on their Zen, I'm on their Zen. He's dead.
Oh, he's
No,
dead.
let me full
Soldier,
stop.
soldier, soldier, soldier.
There we go.
Soldier, soldier, soldier.
Diva's on me, Diva's on me.
I'm on their Diva, I'm on their Diva.
I'm dead.
Soldier
We're
just
done.
ulted me.
You're still fighting this. It's lost. You get
I got their
out.
ult out with this.
That's really good.
Getting up that soldier ult was good, but as soon as he ulted, you should have just gotten out, probably.
The soldier just did not need that sights at all. So good thing for us, we dropped it out of him.
That was good that you baited that ult out, but
Get it again really quick.
Well, I'm pretty sure he was scared I was gonna kill him, to be
Soldier's
honest.
getting pocketed by
Monkey's
Mercy, by the way.
discorded.
So
Yeah, we need to kill this.
yeah,
Mercy
that's right.
as
So
quick
the
as
Mercy is
possible.
pocketing the soldier.
Are we going mid again?
There's a Doom. Yeah, we need to go mid.
I'm watching flag.
There's not really another option.
Unified. Oh,
Going
okay.
in.
So Unified is
3,
Watching.
2, 1 now.
Unified. I think. Wait. Unified is here when you guys are diving. Unified should be letting you know that he's not ready to dive, because he's not. He's completely out of the fight. You're diving at a one-man disadvantage, which, if at all possible, you don't want to be doing.
On the
And
Mercy.
Mindbales is
He
still
was
on low
goated.
ground, so all he can really do is sort of discord a target that he can see and shoot at them which might not necessarily be the called target.
Can't
You see
help you.
ulted?
Okay, nothing I can do.
I'm not dead. What the fuck? Okay.
Just leave. Just leave. Just leave. Just leave. Just leave.
I want ult. Oh,
So yeah, again,
okay, I
Mind
got ult.
Bell's-
We're good.
So this time it was a bit later, but Mind Bales is off by himself. Here, Junified is here. Rest of the team around here. David drops here, around here, I think. And their monkey, so their team is again set up around here. So again, their monkey realizes Zen right here is alone. Kill. And kills the Zen. Actually, I think Mambos was on point when he got killed, but still, yeah. So you're basically jumping in at a 1.5 man disadvantage every single time you jump in.
Jumping.
I'm at 94 on ult.
So yeah, Junified got up by the time the fight was lost. Like, Junified got up to the high ground when the fight
Yeah,
was
mate, yeah,
lost.
it's good.
I won't.
We have 3
Ton of
ults,
ults,
4
yeah,
ults,
that's
5
really
ults even. We have 5
So
ults.
yeah,
and
here
we
you
don't
have
mind.
effectively
We have
6
ults,
ults,
basically.
It's fine.
as
Don't worry
Piki
about it.
says.
Alright,
Right.
so
You should be able to win this
I'm
if
probably
you
gonna ult
use
this
them
at some
correctly.
point. I'm going
thinking
to.
we Val can bomb this fight, like pulse bomb. That's fine.
I want to go top left this time.
Cool.
We've gone mid twice, so they're going to be expecting it. If we throw a curveball at him, it's going to be really good, I think.
So here the top left call is actually good because, like, the past few times, the reason why he called it wasn't like necessarily the correct reason, but it was a good call. Like, despite the fact that it wasn't called for the right reason, because the last few times you've had Zen Tracer like here, while the rest of your team is here. Right? But this time, you're pushing up here. Your team will be here. The Zen will be here. Whoops. Zen will be here and Tracer will be here. So when they dive, Mind Builders can stay there, discord any of the targets, like, because Mind Builders' sight lines, like, if he's standing right here, are basically, like, he can see all of this, right? He can see everything, basically, on point A. Except for, like, maybe, like, he might not be able to see, like, this area in here. But that doesn't matter because the enemy team is set up here. So yeah, Mind Builders can see most of the fight, and also the Tracer can blink in with the rest of the team. So that call was good. Wasn't called for the right reason, but still a good call.
No,
Yeah, the
that's
Doom's here.
not
The Doom's here. The Doom's here alone. The Doom's here alone. Want this Doom?
He called that the Doom was there alone, but the Diva was also there, which wasn't too bad of a call, but still, you don't want to call that he's alone if there is another person there.
Back up.
And then
Yeah.
the Diva uses bomb.
Nice.
The monkey pushes in
Get in.
alone, so you should just try and all burst him down there, but he does manage to get a pocket from the Mercy, and then their team arrives.
With it.
Monkey discorded.
Moving in. Making space. Fuck him up, kid.
Blackwing is just sort of pressing W and hitting them away, and the only thought that's really going through his head is make space for team, which isn't always bad, but you know they have a Doomfist, and at this point, like, he hadn't used ult before that, you know he has ult, like, at this point. And you heard the sound cue, and he's still pressing W, and then his backline, I think, both dies to the Doomfist ult. Oh, okay. His Mercy dies to the Doomfist ult, which is the worst kill. And, okay, this is bad. This is bad positioning. You have Piku here, Blackwing here, and Genji here. The problem now is, I don't know why the Tracer's there, but the Tracer's there. Your Zen is alone with a Primaling Winston and a Doomfist charging up his right click. That Zen dies 9 out of 10 times, unless he is literally a genius with the best mechanics ever. Right? He dies there, pretty much. He will almost always die there.
Oh,
And
no,
yeah,
Mercy's
so Piku is just trying to assist the monkey, which isn't terrible, but Primal should often be used. Like, I like to use Primal to go deeper with less assistance. So like Blackwing could jump their backline. To be fair, he is low. He's really low, so he should actually have jumped out earlier. But yeah, so the D.Va can be protecting the backline, but yeah, so we have Zen, who is on 1 HP, like one Winston hit will kill him. And then we have Tracer. And then we've got a Primaling Monkey. So yeah, they probably die there. And you used 2 of your 6 ults there. Like if you're gonna use ults in a fight, you gotta commit to using the ults in said fight.
Good shit.
That's unfortunate. Alright, back it up.
Meteor strike me right as I stepped in.
Yeah, so that was unlucky for Cam. He got Meteor Strike. Like, there wasn't really he could have done on the except for maybe react slightly faster. It was pretty much just unlucky. He was walking in with his D.Va and he got Meteor struck. So yeah, he just sort of
back
died.
up if you can.
So somehow,
It's fine.
I think the Doomfist backed out because he saw that it was probably going to be a one fight. Mindbells survived because he backed out to his Tracer. So Mindbells got lucky and survived, but the rest of the team didn't.
Okay.
Yep, that Doom was there waiting for me.
Mind, do you have gold damage?
I have gold damage.
Mindbells got
It's
picked.
fine, it's fine. Okay.
Yep, that
So the Doom was waiting, I think. Doomfist was waiting here for Mindbells to like back up and walk around the corner. That's how Mindbells survived because the Doomfist. Okay, so 1 sec. Let me explain what I think happened. Boom. Okay, so what happened was Mindbells was in here. There was a Doomfist here and a monkey here, right? He was low. What he did was pretty much he's like, no, fuck this, I'm backing out. And he backs out to his Tracer who's here. So now he's here. The monkey, I'm pretty sure, starts to go a bit forward and then decides it's a bad idea. But during this, the Doomfist goes back, goes underground, goes all the way through here. Right? Or no, he goes underground all the way through here. And then he's waiting here for 1 sec. Okay, so after a quick edit there. So yeah, the Doomfist was standing here, knowing because like the monkey's here, right? The monkey is using primal, and like so the Doomfist, yeah, he backs up, waits there because he knows that Mindbells is gonna be backing up around this way to regroup with his team. So the Doomfist waits here. And when Mindbells reaches, wait, 1 sec. So yeah, when Mindbells reaches here, the Doomfist is like, now's my time to strike. Boom. He just right clicks into the Zen. And then just like the Zen goes flying into the wall, hits the wall. I'm pretty sure he dies there. And the Doomfist anyway, he left click shifts up into the air. Just to guarantee the kill. So, yeah, Mindbells dies there and gets picked off, and I think that's just the end of the map. Whoops, wait. There we go. Let me check.
Doom was there
I
waiting
think
for me.
that's just...
Mind,
They
do you have gold
don't
damage?
push. Oh, so there's
I
still a
have
minute
gold
left.
damage.
Okay.
Pico.
We're talking about
Medals do not
medals
matter.
in the
Why
middle
would
of
you
a,
do
in the
that?
final minute of a scrim.
Just wondering.
Why? That's no. You don't talk about medals in the
Going
final
after
minutes of
Soldier,
a scrim.
stop. 3, 2, 1 now.
They were not ready for the dive. Blackwing dives in anyway. That was kind of bad.
Oh shit! I just got
I'm on their doom. I'm on their doom. He's dead.
Monkey behind you, monkey hop, monkey hop.
I
Get this
got
monkey.
I got trance out.
Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm on the Mercy. Mercy
She's
split.
one, she's
Mercy 1 HP. I'm 1 HP. 1 HP.
Den's dead.
Good job. Good job. Good job. I'm going to point.
Out of back. Soldier
Oh,
ulted.
I'm dead.
Soldier alone. He's one.
Soldier one, he's one.
Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him.
Monkey up top, he's 1 HP as well.
So yeah,
I'm
here
gonna
you've
die.
got.
I have to leave.
That's fine.
Yep, we were dead.
Yeah, no, you
Sure, these guys. I don't think these guys are what SR they said they were.
Yeah, then.
doesn't matter. You don't talk about that in the final 10 seconds of the match. You yell, you scream, you win the game.
Blocking what I can.
You don't talk about, oh, these people
Hell yeah,
aren't
boys, let's go.
the SR they said they were.
Press the bubble. Never mind.
Oh, Blackwing. Oh, Blackwing.
Blocking what I can.
Oh,
Hell yeah, boys, let's
Blackwing. He drops the bubble, the Diva Bomb. Wait, here. Drops bubble. Bubble's here. Diva Bomb. Falls down. Wait, no, it's falling straight down. Falls straight down into the bubble. Blackwing goes trust the bubble. Blackwing and Manbales still standing in the bubble. What?
Press the bubble.
And both died to the bomb.
Never mind.
So that was sort of misstep from both Blackwing
Don't
and
do that.
Piku. No, trusting the bubble, that was actually a good call. Trust the bubble, good call. Standing inside said bubble, less good call. What the hell? Why is my mic so loud? I'm turning it down. Is it using the other mic? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Unimportant. So, yeah.
Oh yes. All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm playing far. I have no HP. Then one. Right.
damn.
Oh my god, I just got melted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calls trust the bubble. Stays inside bubble. Bad, and like, yeah, no, that was
Holy
just
shit, these guys are good.
Then
Ow.
and then
Blackwing. I just like you to know that physically hurt me. All right. So yeah, that's the first map.